Girl Queenette Smokonta, I will be taking you through this hour with everything that has to do with entertainment, pop, culture, art, and calls Nigerian police out over excessive checkpoints on the road. Nigerian artist Skills has voiced his frustration with the Nigerian police, criticizing the excessive number of checkpoints, disdain for the police, and what he described as their abuse of power and their treatment of the public, stressing that he hates them. According to his post, he wrote, "My hate for Nigerian police still stands. Very horrible set of humans. Police wey no get money, go dey stress fellow poor man, knowing fully well what they are doing is wrong. Knowing fully well that they are just taking advantage of power given to them." He continued, "E be like say na how to stop to end up begging for money. No honor at all. Useless people." Pointing out the numerous checkpoints, intentionally targeting them to beg for money. Like at Nigerian police PR, why do you have like all your policemen on Orchard Road like Kilo Day? They can't do me shit because I'm no criminal, but that's legal to have like 3 to 4 checkpoints just 2 minutes drive away from each other. All they do is to stop bends and ask very stupid questions. And when they don't get what they want, now either insult or begging for money. Look into it, oh, cause now I go just they wear camera for body. They post everything online. It's super annoying. Now you can imagine what could actually make Skills to come out and make this backlash, because apart from him, young guys that, according to him, they stop people that drive Benz, young guys that drive these luxury cars, Benz, Lexus and all that, complain that police always stop them, even if their credentials are complete, even if they have their particulars, driver's license. There is nothing to hold them accountable that, oh, this person is a criminal or he has something illegal in his car. But at the end of the day, you find out that they just want you to give them money. So he's coming out now to call the government that why are all these policemen in each checkpoint, in each 2 minutes drive? I don't know, are they there to extort money or they're there to do their job? And now he's saying he's going to be carrying cameras around to video them and post on social media. I don't know, but that's his own opinion. And yeah, clearly people have started complaining about that. So I think the government should actually look into that. So moving forward, Afropop artist Cody released debut EP, Sweet Karma. Ogechukwu Otu, known as Cody, has just launched his latest EP, Sweet Karma, solidifying his status as one of the Nigerians' most enchanting lover boy. This 6-track project showcases his smooth vocals and undeniable charm, capturing the essence of romantic lyricism and heartfelt melodies. Sweet Karma delves into themes of love, destiny, and the balance of life, intertwining emotional depths with a powerful message about grace and karma. It serves as the perfect backdrop for those seeking both romance and introspection. Recorded in Lagos in September 2023, the EP features production from Tuzi, Usi, Wonder, and Cody himself. Now, reflecting on the project, Cody shares Sweet Karma embodies gratitude and contentment. It's about reaping the rewards of admirable behavior, hard work, and dedication. He emphasizes the uplifting message of moral justice and the belief that life balance is your favor when you spread goodness and love. Now, the track list include Familiar, produced by Tuzi, a reminder to stay tuned to yourself and believe in your abilities. Healer, which was produced by Tuzi, a tribute to a partner whose love suits emotional pain. Euphoria, produced by Wonder, a heartfelt expression of lasting affection, inviting his love interest to embrace his feelings. Zaza, produced by UC and Koda, a playful track where he expresses his desire to spoil a girl while humorously cautioning her not to take advantage of him. And No Consider, produced by UC, a fun anthem celebrating a confident, attractive woman with great dance moves. One Day, produced by Kobe, a hopeful tune about how success and change will eventually arrive when even amidst struggles. Now with Sweet Karma, Cody brings his romantic essence to the forefront while delivering a powerful message about love, grace, and the universal force of karma. Afrobeats and R&B fans can expect an inspiring and emotional charged experience with this new EP now available on all our platforms. Today is not even our playlist power, but I've already given you music to stream on all your music platforms. So go ahead and add his music, his EP, to your playlist power and give him some credit. I mean, it's not easy to make an EP. You and I know that. So moving forward, Burna Boy thrills fans with potential collaboration with Shabuzi. Nigerian superstar Burna Boy is generating excitement among fans with news of a possible collaboration with Shabuzi. The two artists were recently spotted in the studio, leading to eager anticipation for what could be a groundbreaking musical partnership. Shabuzi, an American Nigerian country music sensation, has emerged as one of 2024 biggest breakout star with his hit single, a bar song, Tipsy. Dominating the Billboard with hundreds of multiple weeks, Burna Boy, who has had a remarkable year despite releasing only one single, Higher, which topped the Turntable Top 100, continues to make waves in the music industry. In 2024, Burna Boy has also made notable guest appearances, including his contributions to T-Tom and UP's To Alabama, which reached the top of the charts, and Coldplay's We Pray, alongside Little Sims. His recent sighting with Shabuzi follows a successful two-day concert, Headliners Only, where he performed alongside American Senegalese icon Akon. During the event, Burna Boy previewed an unreleased track from his upcoming album, thrilling the crowd. This collaboration could mark another highlight for Burna Boy, who recently teased a second song, Empty Chairs, from his anticipated album set to release in 2025, with his sixth album, Love the Meaning, recently becoming the latest Nigerian project eligible for a rare gold plaque. Burna Boy is poised to continue his successful run in the US music scene. I mean, Burna Boy has just been trending in the whole of entertainment for the past 2 weeks. And imagine collaborating with Shabuzi. I mean, I think it's a great one, and we should be looking forward to what the music will turn out to be, because whenever Burna Boy has a collaboration with a music artist, especially a good one, we are expecting a bam and a hit. So I'm sure his fans are eager to see this come up, to see what is cooking and what kind of spice they've actually added to this particular music. So we're actually staying tuned for the Burna Boy fans and lovers, and I'm sure they're not going to let us down. So, Nigerian highlife musicians Chinedu Okoli, better known as Flavor, has seemingly called out his colleague Casey for imitating his style. On Monday, the Nabania artist took to his X handle to throw some shades, writing copy Akaria. Although Flavor didn't specify anyone by name, fans quickly deduced that he was referencing KC, who has recently shifted from Afro-pop to highlife and Igbo cultural music. Nigerian singer Kingsley Chinweike Okonkwo, better known as KC, responded to his colleague Flavor's allegations that he's copying him. Nigerian singer Kingsley Chinweike Okonkwo, better known as Casey, has responded to his colleague Flavor's allegation that he's copying him. Casey responded to Flavor's implied comments, asserting that they aren't on the same level and advising him to choose his battles wisely. He emphasized that Flavor shouldn't attempt to gatekeep Igbo cultural music, pointing out that he has been in the industry longer. On his X handle, Casey wrote, "Bro, we are not on the same level. Choose your battle wisely. Stop trying to gatekeep Igbo culture. You are not a custodian. I've been in this game longer than you. This music belongs to all of us. You don't own this genre. My work honor our heritage, and I won't apologize for that. In a vast sea of important thing, you are just a needle. Understand that. People recognize authenticity. I will keep celebrating our culture unapologetically. Focus your energy on your success instead of undermining mine." Honestly speaking, when Flavor made this post, he wasn't talking to anybody in particular. He was just like copy a career. And if you should look into that, there's so many people doing high life, like so many, even up and becoming artists are into high life. So, you know, like we always say, fans will always ignite the fire of this fight between our entertainers. And you know, when fans are now poke-nosing into this kind of matter, the other person that doesn't even know what is going on would come in. Okay? Truth be told, Flavor's kind of music is interesting. Casey's kind of music is also interesting. And yes, I know Casey is not supposed to come in and make that comment, but he said what he has to say because Flavor is not meant to like own it, that he owns high life Igbo cultural music. Because yes, we always expect Flavor to drop a bomb this every festive period. For those that want to go into wedding, chieftaincy, house opening, and all that. So we always know Casey as an Afrobeat. You know, he does this romantic kind of music, and alongside we notice he ventured into Christian kind of music, and now he's into high life. It's not a bad thing. I mean, music industry is very wide for everyone to explore and sing however he wants to sing. So I just feel like fans are the ones igniting this fire. Though Flavor is yet to reply, because of course he would come out and say that he just made a comment. He did not even specify it to anybody. Okay, I don't want to overemphasize. Finally, veteran Nigerian actress Ngozi Nwosu has revealed how her home state abandoned her during her illness. In an interview with Nollywood on radio, the Abia State native expressed her disillusionment, stating that she would no longer provide free services to her community due to their lack of support. "I have personally decided that there is nothing my Abia State will call me for that I will do for free. They would have to pay through their nose for me to participate." Oh my God. She shared, highlighting her roots in the Arochukwu local government area. Nwosu reflected on her past struggles, mentioning that her fame from acting helped her during a critical time. "It was the fame I had through the roles I played that got me here when I needed it. The person who reached out to the Lagos state government to save my life did so because she loved me as her favorite actor," she said. It's worth noting that the 61-year-old actress previously battled a kidney-related alignment in 2012. Okay. She's human, yes, and she can actually say what she feels and how she feels. Because imagine you're an actress, and a good one at that, and your state of origin don't even recognize it. You know, they will always say people don't know what they have until they lose it. And a king is not always, how do they speak that in recognizing his place? I don't know how it's being said, whatever that means. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. She's prone to say whatever she wants to say and how she feels, because it's disheartening that your own state, they don't even recognize your talent. They don't recognize what you do. It's heartbreaking. But I feel she went too far by saying they will pay through their nose for her to do anything. Anyways, let's wait for that. She might change her mind in due time, you know, this kind of thing. And she's a woman. We always have soft heart. So let's look forward. If she's going to stick to whatever she said here, or she might change her mind later on. So we'll be going on a short break and we'll be reviewing our guests. We have two interesting guests. They're actually brothers. When we come back, we will be having an interesting conversations with them. So stay tuned. your father is so comfortable with. I don't want to overemphasize. Their names are Denzel Amani, and Von Blake. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Right. Thank you. Nice to be here. I'm there.
Thank you. So, I want to know, to be a doctor, you know, that kind of flashy career thingy. But I'm surprised. Your father is the CEO to your music brand. Walk us through it. How come? How did you guys do it?
Let me first of all bust your head. I'm a lawyer.
Mm?
Yes.
And I'm a civil engineer.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
So, so as you were saying, you said you wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah,
medicine,
yeah.
all those things. All those things are very, very important, yeah. But in the end, after your education, you have defeated illiteracy. To monetize it is now a different ballgame altogether. And another thing is that in life, even if you're making so much money for one particular thing, so long as you're not happy doing it, you will not ever get that sense of fulfillment, and you will not really be happy in life. So that's why it's always good to always follow your passion, follow your dreams. Then on the fact that, yeah, most parents don't really like support all these things like entertainment, musicians, dancers.
Yes.
Yes.
Even makeup. Oh.
Eh?
Some of them don't buy the idea of you being a makeup artist.
That's better now.
But that's better.
You don't want to know.
As long as behind closed doors, at least being an artist, you're on display.
Yes.
That's why parents don't really like, you don't like that kids, especially girls.
Yeah.
For, you know, to dance for an artist, you have to do a manner of things. You know? But not all dancers do that, but you know, the general know is that if you're a dancer for an artist, you have to like grind him, you know, twerk, do all the kind of.
Yeah. They don't want to see that. Well, how come your dad is so comfortable with it? Because were you guys the one that convinced him? I want to know, you finished going to school and you're like, I want to be a music artist, and he's like, okay, go ahead, do whatever you want.
You know, in life, like this guy, everything he talk, put him in the black. Do all this church, that's a show walkings. So
okay, you guys showed walkings.
Crazy walkings, man. When the women were in university, crazy walkings were showing back to back. So he was just seeing it, observing it. My mom was actually our first supporter. He was just like observing that period. It was down so along the line, now say, I'm willing to try and put his way. That's after we were done with school, university. All of our degrees and everything. First class holder, don't play. Civil engineering.
Really? And you? First class holder too?
I don't be first class holder.
Okay.
Nah, not where I study.
I foresee.
For you to make first class in love, you have to
be very serious.
To live a triangle lifestyle.
Yes.
And I cannot do that.
I'm even coming to that. I'm coming to ask you that question. But then again, did your father in any point like argue with you and say, no, you can't do this? Like, did he at any point? Because you said your mom was your biggest supporter.
Yeah.
Okay? And along the line, your father was just observing.
Yeah.
So, while he was observing, was there a point where he said, no, it's a no, my sons cannot be doing music?
There was never a point. But only maybe in the beginning of all this, because they were trying to talk to me about being a lawyer and things like that. I said, but if the end point is okay, you have to do something that you love, and it has to be something that brings money.
Okay.
The entertainment business is one of the biggest,
true.
Like, I swear. So that one is already there. Then when he was more like not really so self-conscious about the whole thing, wasn't like really putting much interest in it, but type of songs that were dropping, it was like, my song sang this thing.
Yeah.
My song sang this thing. Then when we are performing, like,
my sons are performing.
Our performance is not anyhow.
I'll be reviewing some of the videos.
Our performance is what you call sensational. Yes.
Emphasis on sensational.
Yeah. So with all that, and we now dropped I dropped my first music video way back. That was with my group.
Okay.
because I started in a group called Trio then.
Okay.
So when the video came out, and video was top notch for that time, which was 2020. Like, these people are very, very serious. Once you know, so the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that once you show how serious you are, everything will
like
follow.
you said, don't be church.
Because as Fireboy said, low key, all of them done they notice.
True.
Like people were like, even people were like, at first I thought you were actually not. You are not. You said you're very, very serious, so bro. Like you have to get way forward in life. Everybody needs to know what they're doing and own their grind.
Well, actually, this question I want to ask them soon. You know, when he was, I think he one or so, his mother, let's say our mother, told him to stop drawing, focus on his law. How come she didn't tell him to stop music and focus on his law?
Maybe she loves music.
But drawing, he stopped the drawing and focused on. How come she didn't drop the music
and focus on the law?
But he dropped the drawing.
Yeah.
Ask him, I'm just giving you.
Okay. I guess. Okay, what she was telling me is that for it to make it as an artist that draws in life is extremely difficult. In fact, name one person that you know, not Leonardo da Vinci and those people in Italy. Like, name one person that you know and say, it's true. It's true. Make I focus on this.
See what we're going to do now. We'll be reviewing your videos, okay? There's this particular one. The video was giving this Michael Jackson kind of move. They were dancing on stage or something. Yeah. So we'll be reviewing it. You're going to walk us through the whole idea for that particular video.
All right.
Never do me. Never do me. All my Jones lovers in the house, make some noise. This one's for you.
So, Denzel,
Yeah.
what was the whole idea? Because that video is looking like Michael Jackson remix. So, what was the whole idea?
Could you sense some
That's what
style
it
of Fela Kuti in it?
Yes. But then again, that's the music in particular. But the video, the dance step and all that is giving Michael Jackson remix. Let me call it Michael Jackson remix. So what's the whole idea?
The idea is to get two of the greatest minds in the industry and fuse their work into a contemporary style, which can easily be relatable with our market.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, as I said, what we do is in our performance is sensational performances. We come together, we practice like back to back. We
Definitely.
rehearse back to back.
Yeah.
Us, the dancers.
Whenever we're not allowed to perform what we rehearsed.
It's
it
hard,
pains us,
yeah.
You know what we went through to rehearse those things day in, day
The
out.
whole energy put into
Even the
it.
money is spent for logistics, for the rehearsals and everything.
Yeah.
Money spent is crazy for rehearsing back to back. And imagine you now come to now perform and they now cut your song. So they don't know the gravity of what they've done. But
Yeah.
you that you're rehearsing your team, your dancers will be pissed because they know what they went through, the sweat and blood.
Yeah, to do
they
that.
put in.
But like, how do you now motivate yourself about it?
We're very prayerful now. We pray at my house like every time, like every night.
So like when they
pray.
cut you off, you just start praying.
Oh, no.
People, one thing, one thing people underestimate is the little things in life. And just like telling someone, bro, you're doing too much, I see your work, you're trying, bro, keep pushing.
Yeah.
That thing alone can make someone even when the person is about to
Commit suicide. It can lift the person up.
Yeah. So the little things always matter. Sometimes it's not all about doing big things like sponsoring with 2.5.
The whole motivation.
That motivation, those key things, it really helps. Even some people even just like on their own.
The journey. Walk us how you started, how you both has gotten to this point. Because to this point.
Do you mean, where do you want to start from? Is it from childhood?
Not from childhood, like when you said, okay, we are ready. Let's hit into the music industry.
As in, like him, started with Trio. But before Trio, there was Invictus.
Okay.
That was my group. My guys were in 12th grade, and that's SS3. How you guys call it, SS3.
Okay.
We're in 12th grade, that period. Basically, all of the guys in my class were all rappers. So those they rap. I had this stuff called variety show, V-show.
Okay.
End of every session in school, so everybody come and display their talent. Whether you're rapping, you're singing, you're dancing, you're doing whatever you're doing, just apart you have talent, just showcase it.
Okay.
Anything. Fresh recording with Nameless, behind the scenes, more guy, everybody in Graceland back then. It was Graceland, Solis, Onsec, all those schools were even Spring of Life. Yes, we were all like connected. So as we dropped the song, he went around secondary school was going around.
First of all, yeah.
So the reception was mad, like guys, see everybody just the vibes around. And when we knew it was that we hit it was when even like let's say how your song is liking your vibe, it's giving this kind of confidence. So with that, we
That you're doing well.
bro, I sent him the song and his guys to hear it. And I was like, hey, like, guy, who are these guys? Super good. They didn't know it was like 12th grade boys, secondary school boys that were hitting those bars back then. But I'm not a rapper now.
Afrobeat.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you, Denzel, walk us through the journey, the challenges rather, that you both has faced, because of course, music industry is a competitive one. We have so many music artists that have evolved. So tell us the challenges you faced from that point you started to now.
Challenges. The first challenge, everyone can guess that challenge now. It's everybody's problem in life.
Finance.
Okay,
shyness. Yours is shyness. Yours is finance.
One will never. At first, I never even really thought of
being
shy.
Okay.
I never.
Not even anxiety or.
The only time you. Anxiety.
No.
Anxiety. Yeah, I think so. I have.
You've had anxiety.
I've had anxiety. But what's funny is that you would go to like be the problem.
Okay. So what's the problem?
The problem is first of all finance. Okay. Then the second problem is poor attitude towards the entertainment industry in the South East. Yes.
Okay.
But what's funny is that now in the Southeast is 10 times better than it was.
True.
In 2020 down.
I second that.
Yeah, so it's still good, I'm proud of
Southeast.
Yes, we are coming up and people they vex.
Honestly,
People they vex this period. Like things are just opening, things are happening, everybody's
before you sleep and wake up, this person don't drop label.
It's not even Lagos. I'm talking about even the events that are going on.
They are going on back to back.
World-class events
Honestly.
happening in this ENUGU. It's nice.
Okay. So
Why me I was saying shine is because when you're on a big stage, it's basically you and the crowd. But
okay.
when you're in a smaller stage, let's say now an exclusive event where people are seated here and I'm to sing for them.
Imagine yourself in an O2 arena.
I love that.
I feel O2 Arena is easier.
Easy. Don't get what I'm saying. It's easy.
Easier?
Yes, it's easier when you're not everybody there at a distance.
Okay.
No,
You're on stage,
it's not even.
seeing your act. When you're,
Are you serious?
me singing to you one on one.
Yeah.
That's when
Shyness comes in.
Feet come because we're in an enclosed space where you can see me. But O2, I'm on the stage with my dance.
And you're seeing too many people.
Too many things are happening.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's why I love that one. You see me, I'll get my fire breather, get my dragons, get my chains.
Everything needed.
I will love it. But when it's just me, it's like I'm in this space and I'm singing and singing. You see you, yes, I'm singing to you.
You'll be
Singing to you. That one is crazy. Now, I'm shy, but that was there. I'm just saying then everything goes.
And that's why I said bigger stages are easier to perform in than smaller stages.
When someone get you eyeball to eyeball, they mean. They look at you like this. How 14 days so it's crazy.
Okay, now let's talk about the social media and like how music has evolved socially. Okay, you know, music we don't sell in disc anymore. It's now in platforms.
Yes.
So walk us through it. How do you people market it? How do you from 0 to 100? If I should give that, right? I can give that, yes. So from 0 to 100, how do you guys do it? Because the market space for music is, I don't know.
It's too tight.
Yes, exactly. So, walk us through it. How have you evolved from there, from 0 to that point where people can actually stream your music and make
All I can
sense?
say is, you guys did emotion. If you know emotion, you can't from 0 to 100.
Okay.
And your first fan base is actually your friends. If you don't have friends, I don't know how you want to do music because you need friends. Because when we were in 12th grade, our fan base were actually our friends. They were pushing our music like mad. That's why we left the music and went to our universities. But before then, we had our friends, bro. They were crazy. They were crazy about our music even more than us that even did the music.
Okay.
So our fan base is just basically our friends from there, keep on expanding, and our promotion. Every platform has its own promotion campaign.
Okay.
I don't know if us telling you about our promotion campaign to bore our crowd now. They don't want to hear all those promotion campaigns. The main thing is just things that we just do our song. Better studio with like minds, us, the producer, songwriters. If songwriters are around, they enter. We don't really use much of songs, we make our songs by ourselves.
Okay.
Let's say me, Denzu, Bami. Bami is another artist under Ziof Records. There's Bami, there's Silver Oma, Nancy Tree, and Invictus. So basically, we all work together, create. You know, it takes a village to make a music. Despite an artist can handle it by himself because he's creative and everything. But imagine now 3 creative minds working on one project, bro. Obviously, the impact is different than when you just personalize only one person.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God that we're also opportune.
That thing. But yeah, you actually hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we're also opportune to meet some people that put us more towards the right direction early in time.
Okay.
Like the likes of Davy Fountains. Real OG. Like he told me I've made a lot of mistakes and I don't want you to make those mistakes.
Is he the manager or the producer?
He was, what's he said?
He was one of our music directors then.
Like the manager there is we worked with 15. Yeah, we grew up with 15, we also nameless. So basically 15 normally produce our music.
Okay.
So the Fountain is like a manager under 15.
Okay.
Both via music production, both shooting, video, both creative. He's just every manager of so many things. So him now, to him, he has so much knowledge because he has tried so many things and failed. He
Okay.
just put us through the path that I've used here, didn't work on, and you decide. So now as he's seeing us here today, he's like, bro, I don't
He's
try.
proud. He feels
Yeah.
proud, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be reviewing the second video now. We'll be reviewing the second video. It has.
Why is that? I didn't fear that second video we won't play that.
Why? Don't feel.
We never even finish
No, I-
calling the people that we have to appreciate.
Don't worry. Relax, first. We'll be reviewing the second video. I so much love that particular one because it looks like this is a point where you feel like, okay, I don't try. I've actually evolved. But you'll be talking us through that, okay?
Okay.
So.
Let's see. Jai.
Dance for the money.
So you know Pattern. So you like Pattern. Pattern makes sense. Shut off panties. Pattern. I want that cash. I want that cash. I want that cash. I want 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 that cash. I want that cash. I want that cash. I want that.
Vibe the choke. Okay. Now walk us through it. How do you feel when you see that kind of picture or that kind of video?
How do I feel? I feel happy now. I feel relieved, man. I was doing our Lagos Waka.
Okay.
I had this tour around Lagos. I had this interview, this radio tour. So through that radio tour, we did some extra Waka. Met some powerful players not only in the music industry, but basically in industry at large, like road
Movie,
estates,
music,
like everything,
media,
anything business.
Yeah.
All those A-list people, we met all of them, man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that to meet those movers, made a move our career. Yeah, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it was a heartfelt movement. We were literally in motion in Lagos. It was crazy. The vibe was pure, organic, raw.
Was it time you like look at it and you feel very emotional, like, oh my god, we don't try.
The question is, I feel like most people that are watching that don't even know those men that were taking your videos.
And then the pictures, right?
Yeah, many people don't even know who those people are. Heavy guys. I don't know whether I should call their names though, but they're heavy guys.
No need to call your
Heavy
names.
guys.
But you feel emo. How do you feel though?
I feel okay, I guess.
You don't feel emotional that, oh my god, like, these are archives. Because when you get to that point where you have to like do it in O2 Arena and all those places, when you watch this, you'll be like, man, do you know where I started from?
What?
Do you get? So I want you to talk me through it. You're not a shy person. You said you're not a shy person.
I'm not a shy person now.
Exactly. So talk me through it. How do you feel? How did you guys get to that point? Because like you said, most big artists have not even met those people that you met.
Okay.
Don't recall saying that, but yes.
Okay, how did I feel? I felt like, okay, levels have changed. That we have entered into a whole different vibe altogether. Some of the people we made appointment with, some of them made appointment with us that day. So sorry, rather that period. So we were just steady in motion that time.
Okay.
By the way, that was Von Blake.
Okay.
That was Von Blake's tag, in motion.
That's
So-
that's our slogan.
Okay, that's your slogan.
Militants, my fan base, we're always in motion.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were just really steady in motion that time. Everybody was trying to understand where we were coming from.
Yeah.
So it's nice when you feel recognized and appreciated.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it gives you more ginger to keep on.
To keep moving.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for coming, both of you. I had so much fun having this interview and conversation.
I feel like
With you.
I feel like we can't be done with the interview without talking about my Calypso album.
Okay.
And the batting video that is one coming out.
All right.
Many
Okay.
things.
Like,
So it is the soap.
No problem.
Right
Tell
now.
us about it.
So the Calypso album is an album of 8 songs. My first album. I've never released an EP before. Just single. This is my first official album called Calypso.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's not easy, yeah, it's crazy. the whole production, what led to the album is a story for another day.
You don't want to talk about
I want to talk about it. You didn't talk about it, so I feel like me talking about it now at length.
Okay.
I don't know if you want that.
All right. So looking forward to that.
Yes, you have to be looking forward to it. That's the way forward right now.
All right.
Also
No
go
problem.
stream the Calypso album. 8 songs. Memories is first, second Mamia. Then what was the last one?
Bomb.
Be with you. It's a good thing that
Likewise.
two brothers be with you. It's a good thing that
Likewise.
two brothers are having this like mind of music. And
Yeah.
you both well. I will be looking forward to that particular EP you're talking about and the video.
Album, not EP.
Okay, album.
It's already out already.
Oh, it's Welcome back. This is still Eva, it's the entertainment show on Signature TV. We had two interesting music artists, and of course, they were talking to us about how their father is so comfortable with them being into music. And not just being comfortable, he's also their CEO. So now we'll be interviewing their dad and their brother, who is also their manager. Welcome to the studio, Barrister Didofo Izofo. And
It's a
architect.
pleasure.
What's your name? Okay. Walking us through the journey, because you didn't think about, no, you have to be a barrister, like you are a barrister. You didn't think about him furthering and going into law school, but you felt he needed to pursue his passion. Talk us through it. Was there any time you felt like, no, my son can't be doing this?
But no, I think it's history repeating itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because during my own time, it was a different time
Okay.
altogether. Passion was not well appreciated.
Okay.
You know, you have your profession, you have your passion.
Okay.
So when we were growing up, it's more straight-jacketed. You have to do architect and engineer. So I loved poetry, arts, I like history.
Wow.
So invariably, the inkling to study law was very in my vein.
Okay.
And I'm also a second-generation lawyer because my father is a lawyer too.
Wow.
My mother is a lawyer, so I understand the complications in somebody's thought, people's thinking process.
Okay.
So when my Denzel Amani and Von Blake in secondary school or primary school started showing the inkling towards music.
Yeah.
Mine was to guide them and tell them it's good you have your passion, but it's always good for you actually to go through school, get a degree that you like.
Okay.
Then with that, because the university prepares you not only academically, it gives you the confidence to excel. And they reckon on it. We graduated one civil engineer. So they're following their passion because they've been passionate about music.
Yeah.
I myself, I was even in the judiciary.
Really?
Yeah, I was His Worship, JVC Ezo for then. I was in the judiciary, but my passion for my fashion brand kept on calling. So one day I just tendered my resignation.
Yes. You know, coming to that, I was about asking you about that because as a barrister, you had to switch into fashion, and one of the biggest fashionista for men in Southeast Enugu, precisely. So talk us through it. I'm actually coming to you. So talk us through it, how you got to that point to follow your passion, because I like the fact that you said passion and getting the knowledge. So talk us through how you got to that point that you have to pursue your passion into fashion design.
No, I've always been designing as far back as when I was in, well, early secondary school.
Okay.
I've been designing clothes way back. And even when I went to the University of Ife to study law, you know, I make clothes and take it back to school and sell it to my classmates who
You're
were
more
my
like a
first
hustler.
design. Yeah. You know, so they were my first clients.
Okay.
And some of them are still my clients
Oh,
after more than 38 years or 40 years.
that's huge.
You know, so I've always been designing clothes. I'm an artist at heart. I understand lines, I understand concept, I understand flow. So I look at the three being rocked by the wind. I appreciate the rocking
Yeah.
of a tree. It translates into design in my head. So design is my everyday living.
Okay.
Then also music. I've always had passion for music because I listen to variety of music. When I was in the university, I had over 750 CDs.
Really?
Yeah. Listen to all kinds of music. So even in the university, we had a band in the university when I was there. And I belonged to a club then called Club Todmon. Their job in the university was to organize all campus band in a music competition. Like all the universities in Nigeria, they come to University of Ife to compete. And if you win something substantial. They go home with an equivalent of a brand new car then.
Okay.
So I'm not a stranger to music, so I understand.
And that's why you
You
made your sons to go ahead, push your passion and all that.
Yeah, they have the talent.
Yeah.
And they are passionate about it, work so hard. Most times they don't sleep, they're always reacting, creating music all the time. You know, they want to be composite entertainers, not just a pedestrian entertainer.
Yes.
They bring in a lot in their craft. They always strive to get better and better and better.
Each day.
Because that is the passion, that is what they like.
Yeah.
You know. So mine is to do my own supporting.
As that.
Yeah, as the
Okay, over to you, the manager. You're an architect.
Yeah.
So, how did you become a manager? How come you left being an architect, designing buildings, hotels, skyscraper, and you had to venture into music management or talent management?
No, architecture has never left me. I'm still an architect.
Okay.
I'm very much active there. So, in the question you asked, our journey has been good. We first started when we were little. Where we used to cook up beats. Just
So does that
play
mean you also
around.
have passion for music?
I have passion for music as well.
Okay.
'Cause I
So it's a
listen to-
family business then?
Growing up, my father exposed us to different type of music.
Okay.
So we used to listen to everything. We used to compare it with that of the recent thing in vogue at that time.
Yeah.
Even the current ones now.
Okay.
So passion was always there. With the management of them, I see where they are headed at. I have been there through the whole process. They have a lot of passion for what they want. And
Okay.
I believe in their craft. We during the rehearsals, everything. I'm always there to support, to guide, to make sure everything goes according to plan.
Yeah.
Because this music, we put a lot in it. We don't give the average thing expected. So, yeah.
Okay, so how do you blend being an architect and also being a music manager? Because I know being an architect has a lot, and being a music manager has a lot. So how do you blend the two?
It's not easy. Nothing comes easy, no. It's not easy, but
Sure.
you just find a way to balance it. I won't lie, it's not easy.
Okay.
It's just you just have a way to balance it. They are both passions.
Okay.
I've always been designing. When I was little, I was an artist.
Yeah.
I draw, but it was too distracting for me, and my mom had to tell me to calm down in my drawing and focus on my studies because she could see clearly that it was affecting them.
Yeah.
So it's always been there. Like as long as you enjoy what you're doing, you go the extra mile to make sure it goes well.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
But have you faced any challenges though, like managing the two,
It's challenges in terms of what.
blending the two?
Challenges always come though.
Yeah. So
It's
what?
bound to always come.
True. There's nothing that comes easy, like you said.
Yeah.
So, what are the major challenges that you faced? Because let's assume you have a project or a contract from somebody that you need to design a hotel for him, and you have to manage your brother's music. Okay. So how do you beat to time with that?
You know, one thing I love about this business is that my family. So most things I do, they are aware.
Okay.
So in a situation of that, we will come together and know how to defeat this thing, this obstacle that's in front of us.
Okay.
So in a case like if I need to be somewhere, we'll know how we'll go around it and how we would make both work simultaneously.
And
without
everybody will
affecting
smile.
any- Everybody will
Okay.
smile. Because everything we're doing it to grow together. Because we're a family.
True. So does that mean you now tell the person that you have to like draw his building to like relax, or you tell your brothers that, bro, of course if we're family, they will understand. Doesn't mean you tell them, bro, please, you have to relax. I have this particular project at hand and I have to face it. Then we can come back to your music.
Sure, such situation has not happened. So today we know how we did it. Deal with it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Sure. It seems your own life is a very smooth one.
Smooth.
I envy you. I envy you
Then
so
also,
much.
it's not only the two, I also blend it with my fashion designing. Because
Oh!
I design.
Like father, like son.
So it's just a way. For some reason, I've not just been in that situation before.
Okay.
And I'm happy I'm not. I don't want to be in that kind of situation.
Mm.
So everything, you just have to find a way to create a balance.
Yeah, true.
Make everything works. And pray.
So does it mean you design men's outfits?
Men's outfits, unisex.
Okay, unisex, even
Just-
female.
No, not female. Just men.
Just men.
Yes, just men.
Senators, English wear.
Senators. Yeah, anything that makes one look good. We'll mostly center on senators.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. So, sir, I want you to give a word of encouragement to those up and becoming artists and say something to parents out there that look at their children's passion as something they don't need to put so much interest in, but they have to be so indebted to reading their book. You understand? Because one is a lawyer, one is a civil engineer. And we all know how our African parents think and reason. And you said you know how they reason and you're not part of that. So what encouragement would you give to those up and becoming artists? And what word of advice would you give to parents out there?
Well, my advice to parents is that they will, when they look at their child, you look at where he's coming from,
Okay.
what he has passion for, and support the passion. And also encourage the young person to actually have education or have a vocation.
Okay.
Then the upcoming artists to keep on, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
The music industry is very, very tough.
Sure.
I'm talking as a father then, and also talking as the owner of a record label, Ziof Records. It is a very tough business. Very, very capital intensive. Now, most of the things, unlike before, when we had CDs, the challenge you had there was how to now market your CDs and how to chase around pirates.
Okay.
But now piracy has reduced, but the cost now is tremendous. Like now you do a music, first of all you have to have money to get the beats, to create the beats, to get a producer to do the beats. It's not cheap. You do the beats, after the beats you get a songwriter, or if you're an artist or a songwriter, you do the writing, you blend the lyrics with the song, and when it's done, you mix and master the song. Expensive venture. Then that one is the first stage. Then you now talk of marketing it. You have to now make sure your music are in all the music platforms.
True.
When you get it there, if you are using the DSPs like DistroKid,
Yeah.
like Ditto, 1RPM, all these distribution company, you pay them in dollars to host your song in Spotify, Apple, Tether, Doza, and all the rest.
Okay.
You finish doing that one, that is the second stage. Then you now talk of how do I now market the music, push it across for people to hear it. Then you go through playlistings of your song.
Yeah.
All these things we're talking dollars, we're not talking naira.
Not naira.
Then you do that, you get radio plays, a lot of radio plays in so many FM stations all across the country. Very
To
expensive.
stream your music.
And then you now move to the final level of putting it across television platform. Another hurdle. Then you now talk of trying to be in shows, music shows, so you can showcase the practicality of your craft.
True.
That's another one. So music is quite
Elaborate.
very, very elaborate. So when you're going into it, you have to know it's a long haul. It's not a quick fix that you come there, you blow overnight. It doesn't happen that way. You have to go through the crucible. And hard work. You have to be responsible, because responsibility now takes you further.
Okay.
You have to avoid drugs. Avoid drugs, because when you are dependent on drugs, then that's the beginning of your downfall.
Okay.
Because it's a challenging business, it has its own stress. You have to know how to manage the stress and keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
So, to the young person that is interested in music, it's a wonderful profession, a noble profession. You have to be responsible, diligent, and focus on it. And know it takes time for it to mature.
Sure. Sure. Okay, so let's talk about their new music release. So talk us through it.
Okay, you mean the
Calypso.
Calypso?
Yes.
Calypso is a very passionate album.
Is it about love, encouragement?
Everything, every aspect
Everything.
of life.
Okay.
Like Von Blake is an Afrobeat artist with a penchant for Afro Calypso.
Okay.
He is redefining Afrobeat, putting a twist of Calypso in it. Like if you look in the EP, there's Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is purely an Afro Calypso music.
Okay.
It talks about a woman, Mamma Mia, in lady,
Yeah.
talking about a lady and all the virtues of womanhood, because women makes life very colorful. Because if ladies are not in this world, the world would be.
Say it again.
Yeah, it would be.
Say that
It wouldn't be
again.
very colorful. So he's now promoting all the virtues of womanhood. You know. Then there's a video of that Mamma Mia that was shot in a desert.
Okay.
It's show you see the artist being pulled by chains. The chains is a reflection of strings. You know, when you're in love with a woman, she normally pull her strings. So that chain represents this. And then also the place, the setting of the place looks like the video was shot in Mars. So the person, the euphoria, transformation of the artist there, in Mars, and so many things are happening, and it's being pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It
Then-
has a lot in it, honestly.
Yeah, a lot.
We sure don't need to go stream it, honestly, guys. You need to
No,
go
the music is quite profound. And when they did the display,
Yeah.
the live performance in B-Red show,
Okay.
so many people were dancing to it. Even the governor, Adeleke, danced to it.
Wow.
So it was the music with so much rhythm. Then there is the first track, Memories. That music talks about Von Blake's life and struggle from childhood.
Wow.
It's quite deep, and even if you hear the instrumentation, it's
Are we
a twist.
looking into emotions and all?
A lot of emotions went into the
Okay.
music. You see, is a kind of the vibe when you are listening to vibe. You have, is influenced by the legendary Fela Kuti.
Okay.
The instrumentation, the orchestration, the trumpeting, and everything.
Okay.
It's a very profound music.
Okay.
And when the more you listen to it, the more you see the quality of work that was done, put in the music. Then there is Awele. Awele has so much rhythm. When it starts playing, you don't know when you start moving.
Okay.
It talks about Awele is not, Awele is a female name
Yes, true.
from Delta, but it's not a particular person, it's just a lady, Awele, that is attracted to a young man, likes the young man, but when he came closer, notices some rough edges and wants to pull back. So the young man said, no, don't pull back, I have my rough edges, but I'm still a nice guy. So don't run away from me, Awele. So then also there is BOMB, my body on my body. Now Von Blake has a music group called Invictus.
Okay.
So they did was Von Blake featuring Invictus. It's beautiful music. It's an Afro Calypso too.
Okay.
And it's a very danceable music and
So we're
lovely.
expecting vibes, emotions,
a lot
dance,
of
and all
vibes.
in that particular
Yeah, you see the rhythm, you see also the rap. There's among their group, Ace of Spades is a rapper. His own rapping is in another level. So you see. Then there is Shiva. Shiva is an encounter between a man and a woman, a younger woman, and an older man. So they were having the younger woman not to stretch him so much because it's old.
Okay.
So that it doesn't exceed his limit.
Yeah.
Then there is
This particular, it has so much in it. honestly.
then War is the bomb. War is a celebration happy beat. It's a music you can play in parties, weddings,
I know.
modern twist
Yeah.
of high life.
All right.
Because you see an elaborate high life guitar in it. Things like um, Omotala, the actress, and what's the name?
The top actresses we know.
But no, it's not the top actress. Just Omotala is one of the actresses. Then there's Fashola there, and the other people.
Okay.
So
all right. It's a beautiful one. We actually so. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Thank you so much for coming. And the show, it's a wrap for today. Thank you guys for staying tuned and listening to all our stories and conversations. Moving on and on in the entertainment. Follow us on all coordinates. Do have a lovely day. Bye.
Good morning and welcome to Signature Morning on Signature TV. This morning, today is Tuesday, the 29th day, the month of October. How are you doing this beautiful Tuesday morning? This is time for you to, get up and do something, achieve your goals, all the things you've been wanting to achieve down the week. It's time for you to achieve them. It's time for you to strive hard and then to survive. You know how we do it every morning right here. We bring you the newspaper headlines, newspaper reviews, and every other thing you need to know about what's happening in and around you this morning. My name is Belinda Nwobodo, and this is Charles Piles. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning. I mean, it's supposed to be a day where, when you look at the flip side of the newspapers, you see some trending online where a serving lawmaker, was using the IG of police to threaten a citizen just because he delivered some sort of gift or some sort of product to the lawmaker, and the driver, the boat driver, like they said, asked him to come and pick it from his car, and then the trouble ensued. I've watched that video over and over and over again, and it just smacks of the fact that some of our lawmakers don't even know that they are servants. They are there to serve the people. That's exactly what they are there for. But it's so unfortunate that this incident has dragged so much. We've seen the police react to it. We've seen the House of Representatives react to that, and I see that they have condemned the action by the lawmaker. The police have also waded into it and said they have also invited the lawmaker to speak on the issue and on why that altercation happened. But again, we just have to state clearly that lawmakers must show some example across board. You know, that incident actually reminded me of the issue with Elisha Abo. I don't know if you remember the toy shop senator who slapped a lady who was at a shop in Abuja some time ago, and I'm just wondering whether it is the same issues or the slapping thing. Is it the normal things that lawmakers think of when they have altercation or when they don't have their way with, you know, people that they deal with? But anyway, we're going to delve into that a little later on the show. Stay with us. This is The Morning Show on Signature Television. Welcome back. You're watching Signature Television. We're headed straight to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch this morning, federal government invites unions as strike grounds varsities. SANU, NASU leaders enforce strike across varsities. NAS asks federal government to resolve crisis. And still on the Punch newspaper this morning, let's see. North blackout. 19 governors meet. President deploys troops against vandals. Northern governors oppose Tinubu's planned tax reform. Students rejects FSCT's 10,000 naira fine for violent protests. Ghana eyes fuel imports from Dangote refinery. All the details you can find on the Punch newspaper. Moving over to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the Vanguard, SANU, NASU shut down varsities nationwide. With the rider, UNN, other varsities in Southeast to join strike today. Semester examination on hold at BUK. 2.1 million students. Queen's ministerial nominees today after clearance by DSS. That's on the page 8. Power failure. Federal government mulls establishment of state regional grids. Assist Corporation plans dollar capital raising offers. That's on the page 19. Store electricity in the north. Obaseki Commission. Store electricity in the north. Obaseki Commission. On the Valley begins clampdown on beggars, arrests 15. Norton begins clampdown on beggars, arrests 15. Norton governors, monarchs rejects tax reforms bill. With riders seek immediate restoration of power in region. Al-Majirai, out of school children, our core problems. That's from Sultan. Our leaders have to do more, says ACF. Bandits kill 4 farmers in Sokoto. Naseni, Imose rollouts made in Nigerian laptops. Rodri, Bonmati are 2024 Ballon d'Or winners. Are 2024 Ballon d'Or winners. Police grill lawmaker over assault on boat driver. Military to protect assets. We've lost income to 5 months blackout. Bielsa residents MSME laments. CJN, NJC launch probe into conflicting judgment on Rivers dispute. Obaseki says future deal on local currency financing. Abbas seeks equal citizenship for foreigners married to Nigerian women. Manchester City's Rodri beats Vinicius Jr. to Ballon d'Or. Presidency chides Obasanjo for criticizing Tinubu.
I think that's all from the Guardian newspapers. Let's take a look at the Nigerian Tribune. Northern governors reject tax reform bill with the rider meets traditional rulers. CDS over insecurity.
Southeast lawmakers may move to block Southeast lawmakers may move to block screening of ministerial nominees. Block screening of ministerial nominees. With the rider says ENUGU with 4 ministers. The rider says ENUGU with 4 ministers is a violation of the
Bresson's 180 billion.
And still on the Nigerian Tribune, police and assault on boat driver.
Obaseki, we've improved lives of Edo people, restored hope of youth with the Rider Commission's Edo College of Agric. Institution poised to produce largest agric extension workers in Nigeria.
15,000 doctors exited Nigeria due to poor remuneration, says the NMA.
Rivers CJN summons FHC CJ to be increased today with the rider indicted judges to know fate this week.
Court orders final forfeiture of multi-million naira hotel linked to Noun's ex-vice.
North leaders reject VAT as VAT plan. Okay, livestock reform, security with the rider NSGF 60 equity, fairness and implementation of national policies programs.
AFDB releases $350 million for Kano Maradi rail line project.
President excited.
Emefiele told me not to acknowledge over $3 million collected.
Foreign inflows drove stock markets to 1.7 trillion naira in third quarter. MSMEs to begin collection of 75 billion naira support fund with the rider BOT operators sign part.
Foreign inflows drove stock markets to 3.7 trillion naira in quarter 3.
Finally, we'll be taking on the Blueprints newspapers this morning. Blackouts in the north. Tinubu orders aerial cover for engineers fixing vandalized Shiroro Kaduna line. With the rider, we are working on alternative power source. That's from Adelabu. Northern governors.
FCTA arrests 15 beggars, 19 scavengers.
Police probe Reb Ekweche's conduct over alleged assault on boat driver with the rider. Blast lawmaker for dragging in IGP. Victim seeks justice.
2024 Ballon d'Or. Lookman is 14th best.
Northern governors reject proposed tax reform. Caution on VAT.
Government secures over 500 billion naira from AFDB for Kano Maradi rail projects.
Edo. Thieves burgle police station, steal furniture, electric cables.
All right, that's it on the headlines out of the dailies this morning. We have our in-house reviewer, Chris Monica. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Belinda.
Interesting day, really. I mean, given what we've seen across boards, the video trended about a lawmaker who had an altercation with a boat driver. I don't know what your thoughts are regarding that. It was quite shameful that he used some of these words that you would disappear. And some people are saying that are there other people whom he had made disappear before? Your take on this?
Charles, this is incredible. They say absolute power. I feel disappointed. I feel ashamed. We make proud to say he is in a hallowed chamber of the Federal House of Reps in Nigeria. And to think of the platform that took him to that portion. That's why when I sit here, each time the issues of politicians come up, the way I take it, people will think I could as well be a politician. Viral video. And you know, one day is for every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner of the house. Like you ask, who know how many people the man has deleted? For him, and he made calls. Immediately, Nigerian police appeared and took the boat man who came to render service. It's not like as if the man was in his house. You know the funny thing about how the Igbo people believe that this land we walk on, there are times he brings you out. It's spiritual. You will commit offense against the land you walk upon every day. One day the land will push you up and you'll be messed in your shit. You are sitting in front of your house, a boat driver parked. He greeted you, you did not answer. You do not touch someone because you don't even know what is put in your. So somebody come and the lady who gave the boat person put it in the car. So he said, come and pick what. That's all. So he's telling you that this man needs to be treated, go to test for psychiatric test. No, honestly, he is not worthy. It's an insult. You know, when you're talking about Nigeria, we have several issues. But that's where you get to. You now begin to say, so we have gotten to this level. When it's more convenient, they look for platform. I'm so ashamed that he got there under Labour Party.
Was it Labour? I thought I saw Abga. On that's Aba North and South Federal Constituency. I think it's Abga. What does it really matter if it is?
It matters where platform you come in. So there are some platforms you get to. It's like you have joined the madness. We know them. There are a league of mad people, but some people who are coming with new ideas that want to reform Nigeria to be associated with people like this. It means you are taught and they become brand new. So nothing, not this one, you just change platforms. He started as local government chairman. There were traces of his story.
Yes.
And it's only this. That's why I blame Nigerians. They won't speak until the water is here. By the time they open their mouth, the water would have entered and they will sink. Nigerians have this kind of person. It's coming from probably local government level. He put his poster on the wall, and now, give them little power. They will do you real bad with them. That's why. See, Federal House. Imagine him. Because somebody, what the brought out is some of these influencers, very dark man, got a wind of this, and then before you know it, he took the man and went to the police station and started submitting petition, and that's the only. Absolutely. But before now, Nigerian police people have gotten in there and started, they didn't even ask him anything until the thing got to a point, they now find out they're in deep shit. Yeah. All of them have soiled their hands. And Nigerian police should get to know who going to do the arrest. You arrest somebody, you kept him. And this somebody who complained about the case didn't come to a police station. He made calls when I picked somebody. And when they're talking about he still came there with threats and all. You still do not bother. You are still threatening the young man. You refuse him taking his car. You siphoned him sandwiched him, took him away as a common criminal. For what? Without hearing from him, nothing. Even when you took him to police station, you now started doing so many things, showing that Nigerian issues are bidder, the highest bidder. Who, just imagine if, like I said, if this Mother Earth has not brought this young man out, do you think that boatman would have escaped that in alive?
He wouldn't actually. Yes, I mean,
he wouldn't have escaped that.
Yes, he would have even still been in jail by now. Because I just wanted to also highlight the fact that it was even his braveness of recording that incident, and he posting it and sending it to a few persons.
His life is in danger. That's why he now, when people get to a point where they know they are now in very deep, that's deep blue sea. That's why he took, because when somebody has slapped you more than 500, threatening to smash your phone, do this, now you don't know if there's no evidence that you're gone.
Absolutely.
So he took that bold step, and that's where, and kudos to Nigerians who still feel, when they hear the cry of a fellow Nigerian, they want to sacrifice. A lot of Nigerians will walk away.
Absolutely.
Walk away.
Just let it
they
go.
see chicken scattering human feces with the legs. They will say, doesn't concern me, doesn't concern me. They will walk into the next mama put and ask for chicken legs for lunch. Then they didn't ask themselves, which chicken leg? It doesn't concern Nigerians. It doesn't, and that's how Nigerians are missing. And so you will go and hear some people who are in Nigerian prison. It's rife. It's got to apogee and zenith in Nigeria. Nobody wants to. It's when it's your turn. That's it. That's how this country. This is how this country. We take this leg, waka asnama reach Umaya. We have deliberately lay a very bad foundation for Nigeria's growth. And that's why I don't think anybody wants, that's why everybody is looking for opportunity. Anu and Nasu, I used to make a joke anyway. Anu and Nasu, I used to make a joke anyway, when he said non-academic students. And so when he said, who are the non-academics? They said those ones who don't read books. But non-academic staff union of Nigeria gave warning. Federal government did not invite them. Federal government, another university is shut down. The second semester exams are on hold and may not hold until these children are there with suffering with the parents, carrying them and bearing extra costs by them. And that will tell you the kind of country we are. So why are you inviting them now? Invite them now and start sipping coffee and tea and ending in deadlock. So you know that when you invited them, all union meetings with federal government, as far as I know, in the last 3 months has ended in deadlock. So when you know you invite them and end in deadlock, why did you even allow them make good their threat? And they begin to invite them. That is medicine after death. And whoever, the Minister of Education is there, unemployment is there. Nigeria, so there's no serious union like SANU, I know, and NASU that will not give warning of threat.
Exactly.
I'm sure ASU is somewhere warming up.
No, ASU has been taken care of because they threatened as well. So government had spoken to them. Joheshu
or whatever that meaning, joint health and
yes.
as allied workers,
yes,
gave 15 days, which has long expired. So if they close down now, what will it take to have gotten wind of this and invited them and begin early enough to negotiate, which we know universities will. And I tell you, it's indifference. No single official of Nigeria come out and tell Nigerians their children, even extended or families of 20 generations that are in Nigeria university. If they do, we won't be getting to deadlock situations where people won. And if you have valued them, but one day we'll be frustrated and you come back here and build prison yards as your house in the village for your children. They will come out of the street, or will they remain in the prison you build as a house, as big man? They will be coming, situate your life as. And before you know it, you how many years do you have to live on it? You turn around and keep these children in dangerous situations. You say you have done anything for them. That's why some of these children get to where you have kept them. That's the last some of these people see them. Check the obituary announcements. So do the burial of these people that are pushed these children there. None of these people will come. Even when they manage to show face with array of security network, they will go finally and they won't return. Absolutely. So why are we doing this? Why are we so selfish? Why can't we think about? And God put us in positions to think about people but nobody bothers. That greeting of bicycle people is what this politician keep giving Nigeria. When Nigerians also have to begin to think about this. Of course, we don't even vote again.
Right. Now, so many people think that SANU and NASU are doing this because the federal government has taken care of ASU, and so the government did not take care of them. And so because of that, they needed to show that the government,
But if you were you, equity, it's The proverb says, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Do historical and legendary. It smacks of jealousy that can destroy a whole family tree. Don't do that. And these people you call Nasu and Sanu, let the lecturers go and lecture. If you know what they will do in university system to make sure it collapse, from security and all the technical things that are handled in universities and handled by Sanu and Nasu, just go there. You see that without them, the university is an empty place. Because of course, without them, the lecturers won't even come to the class because some of the classes are locked by them. The light situation are handled in the campus by them. The security is handled by NASU. So there are the lecturers were working with their eggheads to repeat a lecture notebook they've been using for the last 50 years and then go back walk away. But these are people who run the campus. And if they will know, they will know. I don't have any business with them, but they gave warning. My concern is that FG is invited them now, and when this is the headline we are reviewing, and they are saying, no work, no pay. When we then stop these threats? Some people already, with what you are paying them, they're not depending on it. They're not even, some of them are running business outside, and they just manage to come to just make sure to read a resemblance of university. And still threatening no work, no pay. When you know you are at fault, and they gave you warning, you would have brought them before that and start negotiating no work, no pay until before they close down. It's not when they close down, they're already at home. You say, you think, that's why I say threats that the federal government and all the allied governance system in Nigeria have used to rule Nigeria is not working out now. Some people are ready to die. Because this is not what they live for Nigeria. It's not life.
Absolutely.
I mean, even Johesu, they are yet to receive any comments or
That's
any
why
from
I
the
said.
federal government. And I'm
FCT.
wondering, is it until they reach the point?
That's why I said
where
now, until they now close down health and allied institutes, that's where the federal government will provide them. You watch out. FCT arrest beggars. This is a country you don't even have right to beg.
to beg again. Begging is not free.
They will be arrested for begging. Now they have union of beggars. They should go and negotiate, and yes.
Do they have?
Look, I actually want to highlight that the amount of persons who beg these days have skyrocketed.
Because
and now you have
really
corporate beggars. Those are the ones who are organizing them into unions now. Because it's not more people living with disabilities that you see. That there are people who are not, they are able. And they have joined the League of Beggars. So when Nigeria hardship and hunger, you go to the street to protest, you are charged of treason. You dress up in the morning and go to bus stop and beg, and you are arrested for begging. You know, the Igbo says, let ego page, let the kite page. Whoever tells her the other one will not page, they want to make it mild. They say, show him where to page. If you don't want beggars to beg in FCT, tell beggars, create beggars city. You have a lot of cities. Because begging has become a very lucrative business in Nigeria. Who do you want? I am a beggar.
How so?
I know how I beg to sustain my family to this level. So we have different level of beggar. And when he's telling maybe the last church, and we are talking about, it means that very soon it will affect me. I will be arrested too. So we begin now to shout. Allow the beggars to breathe. Or show them an alternative. Anyway, we are talking about FCT. That's this FCT you have the biggest, that's the biggest mosque, as it were, center of, and some of these ecumenical centers. If you have passed in front of Abuja, the central mosque, you see, because of the nature of Islam, that people who don't have normally go and hang around mosques, and they get those, sadaqah. That's what they sustain, and they are happy with it. And then the SCT said, even that is no more possible. There's a book I read, they call it Cassava Ghost. Cassava Ghost is a dramatization or reenactment of 1929 about women riot. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. When of these things we just make political thing and just booger, when you want to backfire, when you want to backfire, is FCT you don't want beggars? I don't know where FCT stops. Is it Gbakwalada? Does it extend to Lokoja or going out? I don't know. And then both ways that. So if you seclude and the beggars surround Abuja.
I think it stops around Abaji. FCT stops at Abaji. So from that Abaji down that.
And that's they will give them the square where, and then beggars will wait for the people who pursue them in Abuja at those places. It's not like when they say Okada and Keke are banned. You're talking about livelihood.
Yeah.
You're talking about livelihood of people who then felt that the only way they can breathe and wake up the next morning is to beg. And Nigerians are wonderful people. They have patronized, no matter the stories around them, we still find more beggars coming because they still get something from Nigerians. Nigerians are humans. They've had heart of human beings. When they see fellow Nigerians in trouble, no matter what, they still help. Not minding our politicians who want a clean society, beautiful city, Abuja, and all the cities where there's no beggar. Create a beggar city. Because if you push beggars to the wall, only God knows how they're going to bite. And when they want to bite, they will bite real hard. You know what? I told somebody that I'm a coward. And he was like, I said, a coward has a way to fight. A coward is not a bold man who will put you down and say, get up, let's fight. You will fight. A coward is the man who, when he gets you down, he will make sure you don't get up again. Because when you get up, he will kill him. That's how beggars, cowards fight. And I am one. And I must say a beggar. And I'm speaking on behalf of beggars. Let's not use beggars to clean up Abuja. You might say where they will no go area. There are areas where you say no walk around, no stopping, keep moving, no beggars. But if you say the whole of in New York and all the capital of US, where they have capitals of the world, the city, I don't think they ban people from begging in their streets.
But you hardly see them on the street per se.
Because there's no situation that makes them to beg. So when you want to separate fight, first separate push. Because nobody say you can't push me. I want to push back and I want to separate fight. Then you'll be a suspect. Or you also fighting me. And that kind of person can really fight. Once you push, fight don't start. So if you don't want beggars, Nigerian government, stop everything that will make people to beg as far as Abuja. Even when those people are transporting themselves from neighboring Nasarawa, Niger State, and all the state, Kogi, some are travel even from Enugu. You know how much it will cost? Because they know that's the center of. Everyone is going to Abuja for national cake. And they are getting your own. And they've gone borrowed money to go to Abuja to establish begging factory. You also want them not. So you must tell them where to go and beg. We're just using these analogies to say that stop Nigerians from begging, and we will know, separate the ones who are really living with disabilities. Even people living with disabilities are even asking for skill so that there will be ability in their disability and they will survive. Then separate the chaff from the wheat. But this idea that walking around Abuja looking for work are now beggars. You stop to when you are still bothering and calculating how to get, and somebody stop and say, brother, I came to visit my brother in Abuja, and then he told me to come now. I just need 500 naira to add up to be able to go to probably Suleja, where I was called that the man, you know, that kind of stories you hear every day. That's the new level of begging. Begging in Nigeria has gone digital. So the federal government, instead of you pushing, is also should go digital with how to handle beggars. Otherwise, it backfire.
Northern states, blackout every time. And of course, it's becoming a trend even in Niger, Bayelsa, and the crisis.
It's
What
not that
is
in
your
Niger State hosts the dam, the biggest dam, the oldest,
That's
one of them
true.
that supply light to Nigeria. So it's the issue of the, how do I put it?
I thought they said it was vandalism that caused it. People went in there.
Is it that light? Is it that the light on this in the system? You vandalize a system that has electricity in it, or is it when the powers are off?
People do it. People do it.
They
You
said
have to be
over
a-
140
You have to be a professional.
electricity towers vandalized.
Yes, you have to be a professional to even do that.
That is the how bad situation in Nigeria can be when the dogs are now eating the bone hung on their neck. That's a dangerous situation. There was used to be, they say, me and you don't know anything about transformer. But there are times we stay in area, every day they say their transformer collapse. If you call the EDC or all those electricity officials, they will tell you certain things that only they know. So you now imagine you, if you are driving, the way you speed past the transformer, you can't even go near transformer 10 meters. But they tell you people walking there to take. So the thing where they smell for he-goat body, now inside the body they. So it's obvious the staff of
Are the ones that
of TCN or whatever they call themselves are the ones vandalizing. So they really look into, if you are not motivated and it's now become a multi-billion naira business, and those people who are making it work are not paid, and you have privatized this and those EEDC, KDC, IBDC, all those DCs, I'm going to smiling to the bank, but the people who are really generating the power are not well paid. What do you expect? I'm not supporting vandalism, but then looking as part of their problem, because for dog to chop the bone hung on his neck is a dangerous situation.
It's sad, really. It's sad. And they've been out of power for more than...
And the SMEs lament. So imagine what the SMEs is and impact for how many days this light has been there, and the whole of North, and many states in the North are affected. And this where, how strategic the northern part of Nigeria can be in Nigerian economy. And that's why they've given an ultimatum that they will rest 5 days. So let's watch.
But beyond that, again, there's also another issue that the federal government actually stated, that those who are engineers employed to go and fix these dams and fix these power stations are being attacked by bandits and by those who destroy the whole thing. And so what they have now done is they attached the Nigerian army to these guys, because in that meeting, the Minister for Power explained to the president about what has happened, the situation that they are facing in the area where they were going. And Nuhu Ribadu, who is the NSA chairman, the advisor to the president on security, the troops should be attached to those who work, even using air raids as well, in order to make sure that those guys are protected. But my fear is, are they going to stay there even after they have repaired these vandalized stations?
If Nigeria spent so much to stop crude oil theft, and they gave a contract of billions of dollars to non-state actors, and if you think electricity is giving contract, what stopped people from giving non-actors contract to protect the power? The power, Linda, because you always use gross. Is it lip gross?
No.
Let them not use lip gross.
It is lopsided, of course.
I'm not thinking for our dear president. They say 15,000 doctors exit Nigeria, 1 million doctors, and health and allied workers. They were talking about from health sector, not talking about other
health
areas.
sector alone.
And we discussed it, was it yesterday too? And it's an error. You will train all our doctors, are the people who can crack situations of health. These are the ones who will help you in research and development of your medical health sector. It's at that point you lose them.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, it's actually quite worrisome because if you look at the last 4 years, for African doctors to be emptied into these places, I mean, it was just...
So if you have this fact and data, Charles, I'm sure the Federal Ministry of Health, they struck data too. Why are we always be taking aback? Why is it always coming to us surprisingly that when we clean our hands to break coconut for panties to us? And I said, they are not interested. And I repeat it again. As far as they're concerned, if you lose 15,000 consultants and strong health doctor, if you lose 1 million, and whatever you're losing, now you sabi.
It really doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, so we've gotten to the point of onye tite ota. I don't know how to explain it. So onye tite ota is like you are on your own. Your name becomes OYO.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chris Madoka, for your time this morning. That's where we can, that's the most we can take for the review. We'll be going for a short break and we'll come back. We'll bring you more interviews and all the things lined up for you. Do stay with us.
Sit at home.
They're disjointed.
Okay. Producers know they're around today.
The other game was in DMC now. That's the info we talk about.
Yes.
Welcome
ENUGU.
again. It's your favorite channel for the biggest, juiciest, and entertaining
That's it,
stories.
Davido.
This is where we bring you the vibes. I mean, trends that concerns you. This is not the usual, so sit tight and let's dive right in. Gospel singer Tope Alabi has lamented what she described as fake love among gospel artists in the music industry. She made a statement in Ibadan at the Celebrating Jesus 7.0 concert. Speaking before her performance, she expressed frustration over the level of jealousy and bitter rivalries among her peers in the industry. While emphasizing the need for support and unity between the already established and emerging artists, she reminded her senior colleagues to prioritize their legacy and accountability before God over fame and success. Renowned musician Davido has opened up about his personal journey of success after school, emphasizing the diverse paths that individuals can take after school. Speaking at the 2024 edition of the LAS Annual Summit, he noted that the topic, Life After School, deeply resonated with him because of the success he achieved in his music career after finishing from Babcock University. The singer emphasized how his family allowed him to choose his path after finishing on the university and even encouraged him. Davido said, I did school for about 5 years because I had to take a break from my music. People go to school for 4, 5, or 6 years, and some people study law, and after school, life starts. He further noted that because of the way life works, success comes sooner for some, and others go up the ladder over time. Birthday singer Rihanna has revealed her dream music collaboration. According to her, the 22-year-old Billie Eilish is her dream collaborator. She emphasized her admiration for Billie Eilish's musical talent. In an interview, she said, if I could only do a song with Billie Eilish, she is so good. Nigerian divas Ira Star and Thames have previously named Rihanna as their dream music collaboration. Nigerian singer Ira Star has addressed the comparison between her and her South African counterpart, Tyler. The youngsters attracted comparisons online after they were both nominated in the Maiden Best African Music Performance category at the 66th Grammys, which Tyler beat Ira Star and other Nigerian artists to the gong. Addressing the comparison for the first time during an interview, Ira Star said she's not letting the comparison affect her relationship with Tyler. She described the South African diva as her homegirl and her G. She said, Tyler is my homegirl, that's my G. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't care about all of that. Less noise, more music. She said, about to take over the world, and we have to come together to do that. There is no room for comparisons. London hosted a giant interactive multiplayer Tetris game on Monday to celebrate its 40th anniversary. The event, which took place at Central London's large LED-screen entertainment venue Alternet, was one of the biggest multiplayer Tetris games to ever take place. The games were open to the public for free, and participants scanned a QR code and downloaded an app to take part. 7 players at once controlled their individually colored pieces as they fell from the screens to compete with other players in the space. Tetris was invented in 1984 by Russian software engineer Alexei Pajitnov.
So we worked really closely with the official Tetris team to launch this interactive version in partnership for their 40th anniversary of Tetris. And we're pretty confident that nowhere else in the world, it's a really world first, has you ever been able to sort of play Tetris on a grand scale like this. So the Alternet screens are a 4-story, 26K interactive screen canvas with spatialized audio that really encourages audiences to come in and have an experience worth sharing and interact with our screens and Tetris like never before.
And according to the Tetris brand, billions of games are played each year online. This is where we draw the curtains for today. For more stories, to follow us on our social media handles at Signature TV. I remain your host, Favor Mwachi. Thank you so much for joining us.
enjoyed that fantastic conversation that we had with Chekwasa talking about leadership in the Southeast as it affects every other leadership across the country. And coming down to over 2024, for those who are living in the Abapa axis and also living along the NOAS axis, there's been something that's happened, dualization that has been flagged off of the Abapa Opinsuka Road. There have been some demolitions of shops and houses along that axis. I don't know
For the commissioner of the road, actually.
Yes, no, what I'm saying is that I don't really know how you are taking it for those whose houses will be affected or whose shops will be affected. I understand there are compensations that have been paid for that axis used to be jammed every single day. And so this is one move by the state government.
I think Bapa is one of the most populated access, most populated.
Suka for at least 30 minutes. I said he was also saying that when the road is done, that it will just be 30 minutes drive between ENUGU city and of course Suka. So it's a lot of investments in that access. I hope he gets it done. But then again, investments in that access. I hope he gets it done. But then again, yes, about starting something and not finishing.
I think the government is already, has already shown us his example, by what happened at say Obed. So you see that I have high hopes for the governor in terms of what he's doing, and we are looking forward to seeing the end of it. Of course, we will see the end of it and welcoming Abapa on a new phase.
We hope so. We hope so, really. I mean, he has said it's going to last for 18 months. So I hope that in the view of trying to solve this problem, we don't put more people into a chaotic situation. Remember, if that construction begins, there are roads that will be shut off from people. There are some parts that you cannot get through. So it would mean that constructed or dualized, as the case may be. So I just hope and pray that as much as it's good to dualize this particular road, we're also looking forward to making sure,
particularly about a commissioning of the road and demolition of things. But meanwhile, we'll be moving ahead to Abuja for the continuation of the Signature Morning Show. And you don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss out on any of the news we will bring in to you for your listening and watching pleasure this morning. My name is Belinda Mwobodo.
My name is Charles Pius. Have a beautiful day. Cheers.
Economic challenges. Nigerian stock market has demonstrated Welcome to Signature Morning. My name is Godwin Sunday. Amidst the turbulent economic challenges, Nigerian stock market has demonstrated remarkable resilience, posing impressive to the end of the first 9 months of 2024. The Nigerian stock market has gained 15.66 trillion naira as investors continue to invest in blue chip companies. The double-digit inflation rate on stable foreign exchange market, soaring monetary policy rate, among other microeconomic challenges, could not deter investors as they continued to take advantage of the opportunities that the Nigerian stock exchange market offers. The Nigerian economy has witnessed inflation that moved from 28.92% as at December 2023 to 32.15% as of August, while the Naira exchange rate against the dollar closed on Friday at a Bank of Nigeria has increased the MPR by 850 basic points to 27.25% from 18.75% last year, with a focus on moderating inflation. Despite these challenges, the overall market capitalization of the Nigerian Exchange Limited as of September 27, 2024 closed at 56.578 trillion naira, which was an increase of 15.66 trillion or 38.27% when compared to the 40.918 trillion naira it closed for trading at the end of 2023. Well, we'll be looking at the Nigerian economy. People call it right now the Tinubu economy and Tinubu's policy, because the president has been on the forefront of ensuring that Nigerians improve in our economy, and we've seen a very significant progress so far in the Nigerian Stock Exchange at a surge by 38% in just 9 months. And joining me this morning to talk about Nigerian economy is Chibe John Kennedy. Looking at the Nigerian economy this morning, how have we come? But first, let me make welcome Mr. Chibe John Kennedy. You're welcome to Signature Morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you heard what we just read in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, but let's look at it in terms of practical terms. Can we say at this point that the Nigerian economy is growing?
Thank you once again. There is a difference between growth and development, and we need to make that difference immediately. When you say it is growing, it is increasing probably in GDP, in numbers, and then in gross national capital, GDP, gross domestic product, and GNP. But when you talk about development, which is the key, you are talking about answering questions that has to do with poverty, questions that have to do with inequality, then questions that have to do with unemployment.
Inflation, we've grown from 28.92% as of December last year. As of August this year, we're in the same number of inflation. I think we've grown to about 32.15%. Again, when inflation keeps surging and the Nigerian stock exchange market tends to be appreciating right now, can we now say that in terms of the value of the Naira right now, is anything to go by?
Okay, see, the good thing, recently the central bank governor made a press conference in DC. But first of all, let's look at the key policies. And then when you look at the key policies, and then when you look at it in totality, you now want to know, answer that question. Are we really answer that question? Are we really having what we want? First of all, the policy remove the subsidy. That is one of the stabilization policy. Remove the subsidy. That is one of the stabilization policies of the Bretton Woods, which is to reduce public expenditures of the Bretton Woods, which is to reduce public expenditure. And they are still on their privatization policy. And then, like you said, the CBN came up with tight monetary policies, increasing the MPR to 27.5%, increasing the liquidity ratio to 30%, and even the cash deposit requirement, they increased it also down to 50%, meaning that banks are required to keep as much as 50%. Now, the implication of this, what they are looking at is to bring down inflation through reducing expenditure, through reducing purchasing power, through reducing, the what we call disposable income, be advantageous. And one of the probable aim of the main goal to increase inflow, that is foreign direct investment. So when you talk about, people appreciating security, people buying shares and all those, of course, some sectors may gain. But on the overall, what we'll be looking at, what is the entire effect on the
Nigeria might be growing but not developing. But then again, let's look at the Nigerian economy in terms of its macro economy as it stands right now. When you say Nigeria is growing but not developing, we want to know in what light, in the micro or in the macro economy?
Thank you. Which most economists now tend to buy. He defined development as answering.
Welcome to Southeast News. I am Barry Kumo Ado. It's been a warm day in ENUGU. I hope it's the same wherever you are. We're going straight to the news. Issues in social and economic development of the old eastern region and refocusing the media towards development journalism were on the front burner at a just concluded workshop for editors and media executives at Owerri, Imo State. Signature TV correspondent Ndu Okmaleze also reports that the many woes of state-owned newspapers came under focus, with survival strategies exposed.
A former managing editor of Sun newspapers, Tony Onyema, after identifying poor government funding, inefficient management, and undue government interference as bogging down the government-owned newspapers, advocated what he called creative disruptions in their business models. Onyema said governments of the Southeast and South-South states should co-opt professional media managers as equity investors as a way of salvaging the accumulators' situation, adding that total digital migration holds the key to their survival.
The strategy of online is totally different from this. If you go and check New York Times. New York Times is always my model because in 19 words, I decided instead of paying ticket to go to America to look at skyscrapers, one of those my vacations, I just wrote to them, they agreed. I went there and worked with them for 2 weeks. I was shocked. I came back totally diminished that we are not doing anything yet. Today, New York Times migrated. They are making so much money online than they were doing previously. I subscribe to New York Times on phone. From my phone here, I will read it. And you pay. They give you window of 1 week or 2 weeks free. And those ones they give free, the way they will supply you with quality content, after reading it, you test it and you get hooked. It's like giving a small boy a lollipop.
In her paper, another media manager from Rivers State, Ibn Semanitari, criticized the overdependence on oil revenue by most governments in the Southeast and South-South states and called for a return to the development blueprint of the old Eastern region. Ibn, who was represented by Ikechukwu Amechi, regretted that insecurity and unpatriotic running of states have left most lofty.
The coastal rail line and road remain incomplete, undermining regional connectivity. Lessons from past development plans. The first rolling plan and the Eastern Nigeria plan offer valuable lessons on how targeted interventions and regional integration can promote economic development. The Eastern Nigeria plan's focus on agriculture, and regional industrialization can inspire renewed efforts towards economic diversification.
For Professor Stella Okonna, media practitioners should employ development journalism to offer voice to the masses and hold leaders accountable on good governance principles.
And remember, in our part of the world, whether it is southeast or south-south, you must begin also with advocacy. You must go to the community and locate those who are the opinion leaders, the Igwe, the Eze, the church leaders, the market leaders, what do they call it? I'm sure it is 7 common name. The PG, President General, everybody, town union heads. This is part of your advocacy. Otherwise, you go in there and you commit one taboo and they'll even keep behaving.
Susan Akila of the UNICEF, in her paper titled Media Setting the Child Rights Agenda, cautioned against inappropriate exposure of children in the media. Susan, whose paper was presented by Ijeoma Onohogwe, said the United Nations has zero tolerance for sexualized images of children, adding that wherever they appear, their liberty to free expression should be respected.
All journalists and media professionals have a duty to maintain the highest ethical and professional standards and should promote within the industry the widest possible dissemination of information about International Convention on the Rights of the Child and its implications for the exercise of independent journalism. Media organizations should regard violation of the rights of the child and issues related to children's safety, privacy, security, their education, health, and social welfare, and all forms of exploitations, all forms, all.
Earlier, the president of Nigeria Guild of Editors, Eze Anaba, had reiterated his call on development partners to focus more attention on the myriad of challenges in the Southeast and South-South geopolitical zones, adding that insecurity and non-delivery of democracy dividends render the inhabitants most vulnerable. Juliet Chuliwe, in charge of UNICEF ENUGU office, however, explained that UNICEF interventions are data-driven. The Owerri 2-day capacity-building workshop for editors and media executives was facilitated by the Nigerian Guild of Editors in collaboration with UNICEF and the Imo State government. Ndo Obaleze, Signature TV News.
In a bid to arm women with the necessary skills and knowledge to maximize scarce resources occasioned by the present economic downturn, Women Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, WOSIMA, organized a roundtable conference on financial literacy in Abakaliki. The effort to surmount the harsh economic realities of the moment and impart women with the necessary knowledge to be financially prudent, roundtable conference on financial literacy by Women Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, WOSIMA, an offshoot of SALT SIMA, which availed participants the optimal knowledge to earn, save, spend, invest, and protect their investment.
We don't even know our rights and our responsibilities. Please go back to your banks, tell them, this account I have, savings account I have, what is the interest on it? Ask them, what are the different savings accounts you have in the bank? Because each one has a different interest rate. You must allow your money in investment to work for you. You study it so that you make an informed decision for yourself about how to spend that money.
The conference has equipped them with financial literacy needed to make informed decisions to thrive beyond the present economic downturn.
I sincerely believe that there are enormous benefits in appreciating the concept of financial literacy. It will play a great role in how we manage our individual incomes and reduce the accumulation of debts. It will also help us in the reduction of expenses through better planning
training will encourage us and able to have the capacity to tune the incapacitation that is in our life and then enhance the one that is being we are looking for.
The Roundtable Conference on Financial Literacy with the theme Building Confidence and Independence also featured the recognition of deserving personalities and decoration of Princess Lemaya Ebila as matron of a forum. Governors for the second tranche of 2 months intensive agricultural and entrepreneurship training under the Francis Obonamwefo Empowerment Program, with participants getting 3 million naira startup funds each on graduation. The governor was represented by the Commissioner for Human Capital Development, stated this in Abakaliki while declaring open the training. He said the first tranche will be for those enlisted and it will raise individuals' capacity for self-reliant and employers of labor.
By the time you finish your training, he will empower you with the money to start up those businesses. His Excellency, the governor, really means business. And any time he promises anything, he fulfills it. He wants to build lives. He wants to transform the lives of the youth of Ebonyi State so that come 2027, all the youths in Ebonyi State, both the women, both the men, will be smiling and must have raised so many millionaires in Ebonyi State. He wants to make so many people independent.
For the beneficiaries, the various empowerment programs of the state government are not just mere rhetorics, but pragmatic approaches towards tackling unemployment and hunger.
Having to be part of the lecturing is going to help me know more about agriculture and so many diversified areas that I partake in. So it's going to help me know more so many sectors.
After being trained, I will make sure that I will put it into practice in order to be able.
We not only empower us as a person, but also empower the state, because it will go to increase our own GDP and also the state and Nigeria at large.
The 100 beneficiaries that will be camped at Master Skills Acquisition Training Center, Agbani, ENUGU, whose welfare for the 2 months training already catered for by the state government, would also be given 100,000 naira each as pocket money for the 2 months. A senior lecturer in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, Professor Ogwejiofor Ujam, was abducted along the Ugwogo-Nike-Opi-Nsukka Road. Ogwejiofor is the Dean, School of General Studies of the university. Similarly, a lecturer who spoke to our correspondent under anonymity confirmed that the incident was posted on a WhatsApp page of the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU UNN chapter, being concerned over the spate of abductions along the Ugwogo-Opi-Nsukka Road despite the number of police and military checkpoints along that axis. The hoodlums were also reported to have abducted several other road users on a daily basis in the last 1 week. Police Inspector Ozonwaji Joseph, implicated in the murder of Ogene musician Chikeze Okeze Nwamba, has been dismissed from Nigeria Police Force. Signature Television reported that the cop shot the popular musician Iboja dead last Friday, drawing outrage. In an update provided by the police on Monday, they said the officer was found culpable and summarily dismissed. The update was signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, ENUGU State Police Command, DSP Dokwe. According to him, the orderly room trial of Ozonwaji has been concluded and the inspector was found culpable and received the maximum penalty of dismissal, followed by court prosecution in line with the Police Act and Regulations 2020. The governors of Abia and Akwa Ibom states, Alex Oti and Umo Eno, have agreed to collaborate on repairing critical roads connecting their states to improve accessibility and strengthen economic ties. Administration's commitment to working with Abia State to expedite federal intervention on the Ikodak-Aba Road and repair deteriorated sections of the Ini Arochukwu Road. Now to Ebonyi State, where a group of Ebonyi market women have stormed the Ochudo State Secretariat in Abakaliki on a peaceful protest against what they described as a high taxation by agents of the state government. The women were agents of the state government. The women were mainly yam sellers at the Margaret Umar International Market, Abakaliki, marched from the market down to Ochudo Secretariat and noted that they have suffered a bitter rem, narrating their ordeal, hiking the revenue collected from them daily. She also noted that drivers have refused transporting their goods to the market due to the high fees they are also being charged at the gate before they are allowed to drive into the market.
Now, I have sick cancer for 4 years. Nobody's helping me. I went in cancer for 4 years. Nobody's helping me. I went into a chemo. I come back. I am still paying revenue. Even when I come back from chemo. Every week, I pay 100,000 for Octavia, where I'm buying drugs. I am sick to somebody to direct me to the highest level to know if you have anything for my house. But I couldn't find none because I'm not a student and I'm a poor. I did not have anybody in government that can help me, no, pick after me. Now, before we do pay, like 15 naira in a revenue, after 15 naira, we've been there before yesterday. They come to us, say it's more, 300 naira. Each person should be paying 400 naira for a day. If you calculate it for 6 days, it is 2,400. As a cancer patient, how will I afford my drugs? When I take my drugs, I pay for the revenue. I feed my children. My husband is not a caretaking type. What will I do? I expect him to go and be a shower in the road. When a shower is couple, they cannot even pay better money. That's why I realized that today I gathered a woman. I said, let us go to the government house to see our excellency. Also that I can be able to table the case for him to know if there will be an adjustment. Because from today, I'm not paying no more money because my case is well different. A woman who gave a cancer. People have money and die inside cancer. But to me as a poor woman, I could not even die. I can take that reason. Some are widow, some are helpless. Many women that will find this stay here. Husband is not up to 10 inside us. Me particularly, I'm into a lapo. I collect 1 million for lapo to pay 1,500,000. If it is your wife, how will you take it? Where will I go? Who will I call? Summarize it is to come and see my government of a state to know if there will be an issue to help.
Madam, how much will you like to pay?
I don't want to pay any money.
You're not supposed to pay.
I don't want to pay any money. Don't you know my condition? Don't I tell you?
My name is Joy Chamo. I'm a trader for international market.
So what is the problem?
So the problem, they collected 300. So and it didn't meet up to pay that amount. So on Saturday, he knocked there, say he go start today. Add 100 naira, which means 400. So the money is too much. So if you calculate it from every blessed day, that's by a year, 100 and so and some people we know get the husband is back. Some people na money borrow. So I don't need up to pay that amount. That's why I say make you come and table the matter for governor and his wife.
How much do they collect from you every day? How much?
Now 400 naira
every day.
Every day. It started today.
Who they collect her? Who they collect her?
Na tickets now. Those.
State government, Abi.
Addressing the women, the SSG Professor Grace Umwezurike commended them for being peaceful. She noted that the governor and his wife were not around, but sent her to stand in for them and receive them. Commissioner for Markets, Development and Parks, Mogo Obasi, who spoke off camera, said that he will liaise with the Board of Internal Revenue in the state to find out if there is any such increase. Promised to some of the agents in charge if they find out there's no increments and they will be suspended. I maintain that the governor is very much interested in the welfare of the people and have always advocated lesser taxation for very low income earners. That's the news. When we return, we'll start our conversations. Stay with us. Well, from the days of the Aba riots till date, it does look as if women easily respond to increase in costs. I don't know if Chinrioke would agree with me, but before you come on, Chinre, just hold on. Women easily react or respond to increase in prices and increase in cost. And right now in Ebonyi, they're reacting. Yam sellers especially are reacting into the daily amount they pay in terms of what the taxation is, from 200 to 400 naira. That's 100% increase. Chinere, okay.
I am here, sir.
Good afternoon. You are in Abakaliki where this incident took place. And
yes,
before you respond, I did also recall that when Dave Umahi was governor of the state, we also had such incidents because of increase in taxation.
Yes, of course.
Why do we have such situations coming from Ebonyi?
Well, I think it is not peculiar to Ebonyi State, but anywhere we have such cases, people who are bold enough stand up to demonstrate their rights, to peaceful protests, to press home their demands for reduction, or if at all for total scrapping of the taxes, especially low-income earners like vegetable sellers, just the poor people generally. So I think it's not peculiar to Ebonyi State alone.
So if it's not peculiar to Ebonyi State alone, and the Commissioner for Markets and Parks did say that the governor made mention that low-income earners should not be affected, are we saying yam sellers are high-income earners?
Well, yam sellers, you could classify them as not high-income earners, but semi-income earners, because before you can embark on yam business, you must have money enough. Like one of the women said that they go for loans from Lapu and from other places. Some of them get loans in millions. But you see all these low-income earners like vegetable sellers, pepper sellers and all that, they don't have access to such monies, even though they are borrowed though. So that's why I can say that they are semi-income, semi-high-income earners, not high-income earners per se. So for you to venture into yam business, it doesn't mean you're a low-income business person. Although there is a clause to that, because there are yam sellers that carry their yams or their tubers of yam in tray pans on their heads. So for them, you have classes of yam sellers. You have those who are selling yam in very large quantities, and then you have those who are selling in just low quantities. So you have classified stages in that business.
Now, can you give us an idea of what those who are supposed to be the low income earners or sellers, vegetable sellers, pepper sellers, how much do they pay in terms of taxes per day?
Okay, for yam sellers, I think it is general, whether they don't do it according to your business or whatever, as long as you're selling yam and you are in that premises, they tax them 50 naira every day before now, some years ago, and then it came up to 100 naira and eventually 200 naira during the administration of David Omahi. But when this administration came on board, they increased it to 300 naira, and they were paying same. Not until last Saturday when the last or the latest increment was made, and that is 400 naira. So the women were, screaming that they can't afford to pay such an amount of money every day, because if you calculate it, 400 naira times 1 week, it should be about 3,000 naira. Just a very little margin, it will be 3,000. And if you calculate it in a year, it will be running into almost 1 million. So it's huge. It's not something that everyone can easily afford. So that's just it.
Now, before that increase, was there any form of engagement between, let's say, because part of the story talked about collectors, revenue collectors. Was there any form of engagement between the revenue collectors and the market women to explain to them why there would be an increase and what the benefits of that extra money they are going to pay would be to them?
I don't think there was anything like that. I don't think so, because if there was a compromise reached, there wouldn't have been any need for the protest yesterday, because they just increased it, and I think their complaints have been noted by the secretary to the state government, who addressed the protesters on behalf of the governor and wife, and she has promised that necessary meetings will be held with the tax agents and the contractors, and the commissioner for park development said that for market development said that he was going to probe into the issue, and if actually the increment is not legal, that the contractors are going to be suspended. So let's see how it goes, because if it was legal, if it was the right thing, I don't think that the authorities would have been saying that they were going to probe. So it's still an open thing until we get the final thing to know whether there was a compromise reached before the way things are. I do not think that there is any form of agreement or explanation before the increment.
Yeah, I think I am tempted to agree with you, but just this, the SSG is not aware. That's Professor Grace Umezuruke is not aware of the increase, and they are all supposed to be part of the government. The commissioner in charge of market and park development, which any increase affecting market women or market men should also be within his purview, and is not aware. Is that not telling us something about governance?
Of course. I don't think they are totally to be blamed for all these. It's just like in environmental issues, there are contractors handling all these evacuation of refuse and tidying up the environment. So it behoves on the contractors. I think the lacuna should be the gap in communication. It's either the contractors are going out of their way to make money way beyond what the agreement was ab initio. So that is what should be addressed by this thing that has unfolded. So that lacuna should be addressed, so that when people are paying taxes, they would know that it is the right tax that they are paying and to the right people. So it is not just about the yam sellers. There are also some pockets of multiple taxations here and there, which even Legacy FM, they have been talking about it, and at the end of the day, after investigations, it was found out that it wasn't the government, taxing those people. So I think this has unfolded so many things that needs to be unraveled. Where the taxation, the multiple taxation or the increment is coming from, so to say. So that's what they are going to unravel soonest.
I just hope you keep us updated, because that will be the news, especially if it's an illegal increment. Thank you very much, Chinrioke, for coming up for us. She's our correspondent in Ebonyi. Thank you once again, Chinri.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right then. We are taking a quick break, and when we return, we'll visit an old friend. You want to know who he is? Just stay with us. You'll find out. Of course, Ndu Okpaleze is an old friend and our bureau chief in Oka, Anambra State. Ndu, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
How was your trip to Owerri?
We're grateful to God. It was okay. We thank Him that we have gone and come back.
2 days of the old media executive from the old eastern region meeting to refocus media towards development journalism, which was one of the issues on the front burner. But the one that concerns us first is the issue of insecurity and the suggestion from the media executives on how to curb it in the Southeast. Can you give us more inroad into what that conversation was all about?
Yes. The participants were actually, they witnessed it firsthand. The arrival date was to be Tuesday, but that Tuesday was part of the 2-day sit at home that was declared by non-state actors. So people were forced to either come earlier or come in Wednesday morning. So they saw it, witnessed it, and they were not happy. Most of the speakers were of the view that something more drastic or something more elaborate enlightenment needed to be done with a view to getting people to understand that you can't be cutting your nose to spite your face. You can't be hurting yourself and thinking that you are hurting somebody else. So media people were executives. It was an aggregate opinion that messages should be designed with a view to getting people that participate in the sit at home and attendant insecurity crisis that come with it, so that they begin to understand that burning down places, institutions, and maybe killing and maiming our brothers and our sisters, or even making people to perpetually live in fear, that it does not, take us anywhere. Instead, if there's any movement, it has to be backward movement. So that was well stretched, and people agree that when they get back to their homes, they will design messages that will help to make people understand that there are so many better ways to go about agitations.
But in all of this, were there opportunities to speak directly, that media executive and editors speaking directly with either representatives of the government or security agencies, so that there would be a point of an engagement, so to speak?
All right, sir. In terms of speaking directly to people in power, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, was represented by no less a person than the deputy governor, them Chinyere Ekumaru. She was there live, and the president of Nigerian Guild of Editors, Ezanaba, spoke extensively on that. Government was not spared even when they were the host. They were not spared. They were told with regards to making sure that employments were created and people are trained, given skills or better opportunities, so that when they get busy, they will think less of crime. It's not only about Imo State. They also spoke directly to the government at the federal level and the regional. All the regional states. If you remember one of the papers from Ibin, a media practitioner in Rivers, she bemoaned the living, moving away, the shift from the blueprints of the old Eastern region, which was to make the economy buoyant by going back to agriculture, especially palm produce. If younger people are, shifted to that end, and the only way to do that is to make the job attractive. Give them good pay, give them better conditions of space, give them facilities, the most modern facilities, and they get interested. And before you know it, it will become a foreign currency earner. And nobody will begin to think about moving away or staying behind to cause harm to others. So they spoke, and even to UNICEF, our development partner that was there too, media practitioners were told them without blinking an eye that they appeared to be tilting towards what is happening in the north. They appear to be believing that northern people are more backward, are more challenged than people of the east. So they were told that we in the southeast and south are the people that bear the brunt of insecurity. We bear the brunt of bad governance. We bear the brunt of all those things. So they were told to make more room for intervention in this eastern region so that we can move forward.
All right. Now, one of the issues raised was the near absence of data. For example, you talked about development partners not understanding that the old eastern region bears the brunt of insecurity, the brunt of poor governance, bad governance, and all that. But the development partners were also asking where is the data to support all this? So are we, meaning the media, going to begin to make efforts to ensure that we have the data? So when we talk or tell our stories, we have the evidence to support it. Was that part of some of the resolutions that were taken there?
Of course, yes. It was on the front burner. We agreed that we should do more because we are the people that will generate the data for them to make use of it. It's the media that will go and get the aggregate views of people, the number of people that have been maimed, the quantum of economic loss that people suffer. Maybe every Monday, when you close the Onitsha market, close the area market in Aba, close all the shops in Port Harcourt and every other place. Okay, let me say Port Harcourt is not there now, but the southeast precisely. But then in the south, they have some problems. What is happening in Port Harcourt, River State, is a crisis on its own. So when people don't get opportunities of going about their normal businesses, there are woes and tales of woes. So it behoves on the media to articulate this and make it available to development partners to use so that they can understand really the import of what we are suffering. But then again, we have to wait. We'll consider that and also consider the issue of, for you to get that kind of data, there's this issue of, overblowing. Some people would think that you are overblowing and you are scaring away potential investors from outside. When you let them know the enormity of the insecurity problems in your domain. So we arrived at the point that it has to be very much weighed. You weigh it in the balance so that you don't allow it to tilt more towards making people scared instead to attract them the more.
But does that mean that the media wants to provide a cover for some of the incidents that happen in terms of insecurity, or you are going to report the reality on ground?
Yes. There's no providing the cover for it. Now, that's where the issue of development. We were taking through the nitty-gritties of profiling the communities, trying to find out their needs and what they want and all whatnot. So when you understand the problem of a particular area, you know how to tailor the need, not actually trying to underreport the cases of insecurity. But as you are reporting it, you're also trying to profile solution, development journalism, come out, try to profile solutions, try to let all the stakeholders know what they can do so that we can get out of it. So you wait. It's not just a one-sided story. 20 people killed today, 30 people killed today. At the end of the day, what are we suggesting? Because even these people, they may not know where to go from point A to point B. But it's only when you bring out some of these things that we can attract instead of scaring away.
All right then, well done. Now, part of the conversation was on what is happening to newspaper houses owned by state governments all across the Southeast. There is no state that does not own a newspaper house. But the sad story is that most of them are moribund.
Yes.
So I discovered that part of the conversation during your 2-day workshop was on how they can revitalize these media organs, because if you're going to engage the people, you need the media. So what were some of the conversations about concerning how the media can be rejuvenated, especially government-owned medias in the Southeast?
Yes, most of those who ran those state-owned newspapers, they were also there. They participated in the program. They were brought up tell their tale of woes. And at the end of the day, former commissioner in Anambra State and former managing editor of Sun Super, Tony Onyema, had to prefer his own solutions to it, which is asking the government, if you must own the media houses, allow practitioners who have, made their names, who have mastered the art, to be part owners. He's bringing up a business model, whereby government will own part of it, and those media managers will come up with their own equity investment. If you know that this thing belongs to you partly, of course you try to manage it well. And then when government knows that they're not the whole owners, they know that they cannot dictate all through. Because part of the problem the state-owned media houses used to have, or still having, is that they see them as, this is our own, we can do anything with it. At the end of the day, what they churn out is only government information, and nobody is interested because there's no versatility, there's no varied content, and content is the key. So he also spoke about skilling up the practitioners. He said, ICT and digital communication is the key. Nobody these days in Anambra State, I'm sure you know, the state-owned newspaper was closed down because according to the government, newspapers are no longer on the newsstands. So if you know that you are no longer on newsstands, it goes on you to find out where you are. The news space is the media space in the internet. You try to be there. It's not a question of 1 naira or 2 naira to be there, and that was why he spoke about funding government, media practitioners, big-time media executives partnership, so that there will be enough fund to provide the facilities for online newspapering, which is the internet. These are the things that came up, and at the end of the people saw the need to do that. It's already being done, but with that, more people are better educated, and I think maybe we'll see better days ahead.
Well, not to bust your bubble, but let's look at it from another perspective.
Okay.
If all the state governments in the Southeast decide to go virtual, digitalize their newspapers, where would the people who dwell in the rural areas, how can they have access to the news from the government, or have access to that, knowing fully well that currently internet services in the rural areas are very poor? So is it not adding to the problems that we already have? You're closing down the physical newspaper houses, you're going to the digital space, and you're also ending up excluding some set of people who should be able to engage with you.
Okay, actually, his paper was not talking about whole and the entire migrating to the digital world. What he's talking about is the digital world will give you the fund so that you can use it to fund, but actually the physical newspaper that you take to the rural areas we're talking about, you look at it as what you are giving to the people so that they can get better informed, so that they can get educated. You are doing this at no fee. You are doing this at no gain to the company. Therefore, what you gain at the digital space, you use to fund that. So what I'm talking is reduce the number of physical newspapers in circulation, and then they can get to the hinterland. You know, it takes much to circulate papers all across. So that money is always there, but when you make it in the digital space, bring it down to use it to form, because to get the electorate and to get the masses informed is very, very vital.
Now, is there a convergent point between the digital space? Please just follow my line of thought. The digital space, the information media officers in the local government areas, and the rural elites or the electorate at the rural areas. Did the workshop in any way talk about that convergence? Because that is the only way government can get proper engagement with that group of people.
Yes, media convergence was part of the paper on development journalism, because it's not just about newspaper, and it's not. We also have the radio. We have community radios. We discuss our community radios. Even the oral media, that is the old ancient ways of communication, like the gong, the traditional method of communication, they are still there, but they are getting evolved. For instance, the gong man used to go by foot, on foot.
The town crier.
Place to place, calling people's attention. But now they have migrated to using the loudspeakers, putting them either on their motorbike, on tricycle, on even small buses. That way they can be faster in circulating the messages. It is still the people-to-people communication, but it's there, improved. So those things were all discussed, and that convergence is there. Like I have said about the newspaper, you still have some small papers for those that are literate enough to read the papers, where they cannot, the radio is there to serve. Where radio cannot do enough, some small television houses springing up here and there, and serve as, the media available to the people. That way, nobody anywhere in the part of the country will see that no media reaching to him or her.
Yes, that's wonderful. We just look forward to a situation whereby the Southeast will improve in terms of the quality of information it gets. Yes. Because, you mentioned development journalism, and you also talked about bringing solutions, not just talking about volatile situations, but what type of solutions can be brought to that environment too.
Yeah.
Before I let you go,
okay,
what was your personal experience at the event?
My personal experience, I was actually happy to be amongst my colleagues from both the print and the electronic media, and also the online bloggers. It was a good, a marketplace of ideas, and at the end of the day, I went home the rich, judging from inputs from across the board. That's the number one thing. Then the other experience is the physical experience. Being in Imo State for some days, that insecurity issue is staring everybody in the face. If you know Owerri, for instance, very well, Owerri is home to hospitality industry. But the small researches I gathered, information I gathered, is that most of the hotels, they book less than 20%, they have less than 20% patronage these days. And nightlife is gone. People can only walk out when they see an armored car. For instance, close to the government house in Owerri, an armored tank APC is stationed, conspicuously stationed, somewhere close to the government house. If not that, you could understand how people feel. People are living in fear and apprehension. And that experience, I think, is something we have to change for the better. To do those things, let government do their own part, let the people do their own part, so that this society will be better for all of us.
Thank you very much, Ndu Okbalese. That's a bureau chief in Oka, Anambra State. And that's where we say it's a wrap on this edition of Southeast News. Barry Kumado was my name. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful evening.
system is so worst because the situation on ground is unbearable for the common man. If you move around now, you look at people are stranded. The cost of transportation between just yesterday and today has skyrocketed over 100% to 150%. So, and is making things very difficult because the economy is already harsh, and with the increase in pump price, it's making things very difficult for people to move around. If the price of fuel is affordable, the driver will not have choice. If one person even want to try and maybe take advantage of other Nigerians, there will be some other people that have the interest of the common man at heart, and they will just do what? They will carry the vehicle at the reduced price, that they will still make gains to take home and to take care of themselves also.
From all the way from Mandala to here is 1,500 naira. And even when we are going back now, the same price they will tell you. Early morning, every morning, I come out in Dankogi, Zuba, to enter motor to come to Bega. Each car you stop, they will be calling 15, 12, 13. And before I will be able to get the one that will take me down here, it will make me to come to my market late. So I really need...
Good evening, and welcome to Uncommon Conversations on Signature Television. As usual, we are reaching you from our ENUGU studios. Of course, ENUGU, as you may all know, is still the capital of Southeast Nigeria. The Igbo race, the Southeast Nigeria, has been in the news in the past 2 days for the right reasons. Because on Tuesday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed into law bills creating the Southeast Development Commission. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide has expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu. Secretary General of Ohanaeze seized this opportunity to commend the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives to discuss this very important matter. Is Dr. Ambrose Iboke. Dr. Ambrose Iboke. He's already in the studio. Dr. Ambrose Iboke is the chairman, Guild of Political Affairs Analysts of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter. He's also a development...
Thank you for baptizing me on the show. This is my first.
And one commentator said this is bringing to an end 54 years of the yearning of Ndigbo for reintegration.
Setting up a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, because there have been too much of cover up about the Biafran War. The Western media blacked us out. If not for the courageous outside allocation that are going to local governments, but it will pull its own. So it's a good development. Now, mostly it's going to address infrastructure. It's going to address erosion.
Yeah, before we get to that, those who feel elated feel so because I think about 2017 or that was still being punished for the Civil War. And that's why they feel so excited. And now you have come with the Northwest Development Commission.
There's Northeast already.
There's Northeast.
Northwest.
That has been there.
Not South. Southwest will bring their own very soon. So the remaining Southwest are not Central.
Yes.
Okay.
So for that reason, they feel that, oh, it's Uhuru.